Hi, this is David. Welcome to Part 2, Topic 6, Gregory's Chapter 7, which is called Pricing Counterparty Credit Risk. And that means that the focus is really about the CVA, which is Credit Value Adjustment, sometimes Credit Valuation Adjustment. And the associated workbook is T6.Gregory.7 CVA, the 7, because this is Chapter 7 in Gregory. And that's the CVA really shows up in the FRM in 2013 for the second year with any kind of real quantity. And so it's still relatively new in terms of the testable body. So it's hard to say what's highly testable versus what's not at this point. The first learning outcomes explain the motivation of pricing counterparty risk. And so in terms of attaching a value to counterparty risk, Gregory gives us at least 3 reasons. First, to accurately report profit and loss information. Second, to incentivize trading desks and businesses to trade appropriately. And third, if counterparty risk pricing is combined with the systematic charging of new transactions, then it will generate funds that can be used to absorb potential losses in the event of counterparty defaults. So Gregory uses an example for the motivation of pricing counterparty risk, and that's where basically the trader wants to execute a swap transaction, and the counterparty does have some credit. The counterparty does pose some credit risk, and so there are different perspectives as manifest by the different roles in the organization. The trader looks at the trade as profitable. Perhaps it impacts the trader's bonus, and so would prefer to do the trade. But the credit officer is not comfortable since she or he estimates the exposure could reach 50 million. And also the head of fixed income is also pushing to go ahead with the trade since the counterpart is a good client trading across several different product areas. So that oftentimes comes up in a corporate situation. Somebody would be interested in doing a transaction just because it speaks to a broader client relationship. So we have at least 3 different viewpoints, and Gregory's idea here is that the trade should not be a simple yes or no, and really by pricing the counterparty risk, then the cost of incurring the counterparty risk, and that is before the default or without respect to what actually occurs, but just the idea that we could ex ante price the counterparty risk and build that in, and then it becomes a number that such that